Hello, friends. This is Luke, the director of the Ashtanga Yoga School of Bellingham, and I just have a quick tutorial video explaining what the Yoga Alliance online exemption means for our yoga teacher training and what that may mean for you if you're looking to attend one of our trainings. So here we are on Yoga Alliance's website, and they communicated a lot about what to do. And so I'm not here to critique the decision, but essentially what has happened is that yoga teacher trainings can now be held online. And so at first, there was some confusion about how that content would be distributed, whether or not you could record content and have that count for teacher training, like a YouTube video, or if it had to be held live. So ultimately, Yoga Alliance decided to allow either one. And so other than that, there aren't any real changes to, at least for us, to the content of our syllabus. There are certain aspects of the yoga teacher training that are different. I don't want to say that they're better or worse, but there's certainly things that you can't do through a video learning, physical adjustments being one, reciting mantras, learning the Yoga Sutras and things like that are really not possible to do effectively through the online or through a video, but there's a lot of flexibility, and I'll explain how it's going to work. And I really think this is a good system, or we have a good system to work within these rules. So first of all, I just want to define synchronous and asynchronous content. This just means if it's live or if it's recorded. So synchronous content means that the person is right in front of you. So when I made this video, it was synchronous if you were watching it then, but if I record it and show it to you, it becomes asynchronous. So this just really means that you have access to the content and you can go at your own pace. It's also the reason why a lot of these bigger companies have these giant teacher trainings now, because once you cover the fixed cost of making a bunch of videos, it becomes automatic. There's really not any interaction that's required from the asynchronous content. No problem when it comes to certain things that don't require a teacher, but it's definitely problematic with things that require feedback and interaction. So there's a definition of synchronous and asynchronous. So online trainings have to have a combination of both. Moving forward, here's our website, or this is the platform of our teacher training. So there's 5 modules, and there's actually within each module it's broken down into 20 sections. So some sections are, like anatomy, I think is 5 different sections, but each module has 20 sections. So our teacher training has 100 sections. Each section is 2 hours. So in that way, it's actually very, it's a training that's been around a long time, and it's been taught in a lot of different venues, and so it's very malleable as a result of that. So here's our website for teacher training where you sign up. And so first and foremost, this is the link to the training site to here. And then this is where you can download the spreadsheet where you can see all the modules, and it's kind of a checklist. And so what we've done is we just use the same spreadsheet, the same checklist that we do whenever we hold a teacher training. Like, let's say if I'm doing an intensive weeknight training that's held Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 4 hours for each session over the course of a few months, I personally prepare by getting my spreadsheet ready. I look at all the required readings, and then I put the dates in there, take out any holidays, go through that with the students over the first week. And then as I go through that content, when I cover the hours, I just give it a check. So we're just doing the same thing, but now there's just online modules there. So it's pretty easily adaptable in that regard. So there's 2 trainings that we have on the website right now. One of them is the good old-fashioned intensive, and so the Master Govinda Kai is going to be back here in August. So we hope by then it will be safe to hold a training, and if so, from August 2nd through 29th, we'll be holding an intensive. This is essentially 7 to 8 hours every day, and until it's done, and then you get your 200-hour certificate at the end. And then the online training, so we initially thought that we were going to have to hold all of our intensives online, but that was before the asynchronous exemption was made by Yoga Alliance. So here's how this works. So the online training is being held right now. It's Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. You can sign up at any time. So the reason you can sign up at any time is because if you just do the math, if there's 100 sections and every section is 2 hours, and our class sessions are 6 to 8 p.m., so those are 2 hours long, each week you have 4 hours of training. So after 50 weeks, you've completed the training. In this particular case, under the new exemption, if you miss a class, it's not the end of the world because we record it usually. And when we record it, you can just actually watch that recording, and then you're just participating in asynchronous content. Furthermore, you can add other asynchronous content that we have access to, namely and advantageously, David Garrigue is the co-director of the training by Yoga Alliance, so either myself or he can actually be the lead trainers in the asynchronous course material. And David has the same course material that's in the yoga teacher training, the same thing that I teach. A lot of it actually came directly from David. And we have online courses that you can take that will actually replace synchronous training. So you can take the online teacher training, you sign up for a monthly subscription, and then you can just attend it for 1 year. You can lay it back, no problem. As long as you sign up during the Yoga Alliance exemption, you're good. So you got your foot in the door. It's inexpensive. It's a very accessible and convenient way to access it. And you can just go for 1 year. If you want to finish it earlier, all you have to do is add more asynchronous content. There's several ways to do this. We can discuss it with you. It's probably better to do that on a one-on-one meeting. But essentially, you sign up, you attend the Tuesday and Thursday Zoom sessions, as many as you can, and then you just supplement that activity with approved asynchronous training material like those video courses. And then the next thing you know, you've got all of your modules checked off and you graduate. So I've done the math, and I think the quickest you could graduate is between 3 and 4 months. I'm going to just go ahead and say 4 months, because then you're attending at least one full module of the training live, and then the other ones you supplement with asynchronous content. And I think that's a good balance to have. So that's it. Thank you for paying attention. And if you have any other questions, you can send us a message. And here's the lovely syllabus. It's always good to become familiar with that. And yep, the training works pretty well online, and we're happy to share it with you. Thank you.